Le Mout-Bouvron, France, is famous for Hotel Tatin being there. This hotel was run by sisters Caroline and Stephanie. Stephanie accidentally created what is now famously known as Tarte Tatin. The story goes that one day, being overworked and tired, she left the apples, or palms, for an apple pie cooking too long. To disguise this, she put the pastry crust on top of the apples and baked it a little bit more in the oven. To her surprise, her guests loved it and Tarte Tatin was born. For the pastry, you must start off with 155 grams of all-purpose flour. Next, you'll need a total of 198 grams of sugar, 13 grams for the pastry, and 185 grams for the palms, or apple. For the pastry, you'll also need 1 pinch of salt. A total of 215 grams of cold, unsalted butter is needed also. They must be cut into 2.5 centimeter pieces, and 125 grams will be used for the pastry and 90 grams for the palm. Also included in the pastry dough is 60 milliliters of water. A few drops of lemon juice is also a good idea for the dough. Finally, you'll need 5 to 6 Granny Smith palms, cored, peeled, and cut into quarters.
Bonjour, je m'appelle EmmaS6. Today we'll be making Tarte Tatin. To start off, you'll want to add the ingredients listed for the pastry into the food processor. 155 grams of flour, 13 grams of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Now you're going to want to mix everything into the food processor. You'll want to pulse for a few seconds. After pulsing the flour, sugar, and salt, you'll want to add your cold unsalted butter into the mix. Now you'll want to pulse the mix again until it resembles a coarse meal for about 5 to 10 seconds. Now you'll want to slowly add the 60 milliliters of water into the mix as the processor is running. Now you'll want to let the processor run until the dough comes together. I'm also adding a few drops of lemon juice. The pH of lemon juice is 2.3, proving that it is an acid. Acids react well with dough because it helps to create it easier to roll out. Transfer dough onto a floured work surface and roll into a rough mass. Press the dough into a disc and roll out into about an 11-inch round. After rolling out the dough, you want to place it between 2 pieces of wax paper and keep it in the fridge for about 2 hours to chill it. For the apples, you're going to want to peel, core them, and cut them into eighths. Put the peeled palms into a bowl of water and lemon juice to keep them from browning. Acid in the lemon juice slows down the process of the browning apples. This is a chemical reaction. Now that the pastry dough is chilling, we can start the apple. Take 60 grams of butter, 185 grams of sugar, and the now cut, peeled, and cored Granny Smith palms. Before melting the butter, make sure you preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. In a non-stick, 10-inch, oven-proof frying pan, begin to melt the butter over medium heat. Butter has a low specific heat capacity, so it melts faster. It also has a low burn temperature, so make sure you don't leave it over medium heat for too long. Now take the 185 grams of sugar and pour it into the melted butter. Now stir until combined. Together the mixture should look a little lumpy. Now arrange the apple eighths around the bottom of the frying pan. They should form about one single layer. Now cook for about 15 minutes until the sugar has caramelized, which is also a chemical reaction. This is how the palms should look now. Now transfer the frying pan into the oven to cook for about 5 minutes. After the apples are done baking, take them out and place it on a trivet to cool for about 10 minutes. Then raise the temperature of the oven to 230 degrees Celsius. Once cool, remove the pie crust from the fridge and begin to place it over the apples. Use a knife to tuck excess dough into the pan. Bake for about 20 minutes or until golden brown. After 20 minutes, remove from the oven to let cool. Flip upside down onto a platter. Bon appetit!